Good morning. Welcome back to these daily videos about you starting your day in a conscious way and living that way throughout the whole day so you really do become the chooser of your life experience. I'm sideways, eh? It's so weird. I'm filming this, but I'm looking at myself, which is not always a great thing to do, but you really see the way things are. Okay, let's get going on a reading, and then we are going to continue with the topic in Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Dr. Joe Dispenza. This is a fantastic book. Highly recommend it. Okay, let's get going. Today I'm pulled one card from my Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, which I love. And the card is the perfection of your life. Our life does not always feel perfect, and that's what it's talking about. It's talking about even though things don't seem perfect or really good or like they're really going your way, it is way in the background. And if you've been watching my videos the days before this, you know that I was having some crazy times emotionally. But remember, the earth is going through a transition phase. We as people, our physical bodies changing, our mental, energetic, all of that, emotional body. Things are coming up to be dissipated, to be dealt with, to like trauma from our past. And you know, trauma doesn't have to be big, horrible things that happen to you. It's just showing the things that we carried, the things we interpreted as young kids that made us feel not that great about ourselves or about what's going on in our world. And when we're kind of triggered as adults, anything that kind of relates to that, we go back into being that young child and react from that space. So that stuff is all coming up to be healed. And so we can feel like all of a sudden, why am I being so frustrated with life, or feeling unworthy, or feeling so much doubt, or feeling so much fear or worry? That is because it was within you, and it's kind of like coming up in a way like what we're talking about in this card is about things are always working out for you, even when they feel they're not. So it talks about a storm. Have you ever pictured a storm? And it can be a terrible and violent experience, and things can be seeming to be destructed. Same with fires, right? We have a lot of fires. But what that's doing is it's cleansing and clearing the way. So sometimes things need to be brought down, destroyed, taken away, for new to begin, for the tune. And, you know, we know the earth for billions of years has been doing this on its own. And we are actually in another huge cycle of the earth cleansing itself. So that's why we're also seeing so much natural disasters. You may sense it as internal chaos. You may feel it as something that is waiting to erupt within. That's the way I felt in a few days. It's like something little will set me off, because the bunch of anger and frustration that I lived with for so many years is still there. And then it's like, whoo, and then it comes up and it'll just set me off. And now when you're aware of that, you're like, okay, this does not really have to do with what's going on right in this moment. It's a lot of stuff I've been carrying. It's coming up to be heard. So what does my soul want to tell me? Well, I don't like to be controlled. I want to be the one making decisions about my life. I want to live more of a free life. I don't want to, right? These things don't feel right in my life anymore. I want to change them. I'm not sure how to change them, so I'm frustrated. I can't see a way out, so I'm angry. Things like that. But we got to listen to our soul, because talk to your soul like it's a little kid, like those voices, and that you're the adult now saying, we'll take care of it. We will figure out a way, like together, right? I will figure out a way. Perhaps the chaos is fully fledged, and a person or situation in your life is causing all kinds of chaos, upheaval, or change. And that could be, and it's also what's happening around us in the collective, and we're seeing this happen. So that can get to you and cause you to feel all kinds of frustration. Again, we need to see it as all this is happening. Obviously it's meant to happen. I am choosing a better outcome. I am choosing that this is for the good. I am choosing that this is for the good for me and everyone else. But you also get to choose, like, I'm choosing a timeline where blank, blank, blank. What do you desire? Sometimes we feel like we're stuck, like there's a lot of things going on, but nothing's moving enough to make us feel relief. If you cannot believe there is anything happening, even at a subtle level, because you feel stuck, denied, bored, thwarted, or stale, this oracle brings you a message also. No matter what appears to be, in truth, there is only the unfolding. You're never stuck. Creative genius of the universe. You are not forgotten. You have not been overlooked. You have not been denied, found wanting, or rejected as unworthy. No. The storm that needs to erupt is in your own heart. Do your liberating, then it goes into weird things, right? Call upon the powerful perfection of your life path as it aligns for the next creative turn and spiral of life. I'm being brought through this for a reason. There is a lesson. There is something I need to move through. There is something I need to learn. There is something I need to change. Whatever it is, you are always brought through it because there's a lesson for you. We're going to do a little blessing at the end, but let's get to the book. What this talks about, what we've been talking about, is how new emotions, feelings, energy, all of that, so we decided to change ourselves within, can cause changes in our cells, in our DNA, in our genetics. So cool. And what it's talking about here is, can elevated states of mind produce healthier expression of your genes? And the answer is yes. These are studies. They hooked things up to people's brains. They put them through tests. Dr. Joe Dispenza does it like a neuro doctor, right? So they do it. They really do test these things. So it's not just hearsay. They put subjects, one subject watching a comedy show, the other viewed a lecture. And these people had diabetes. They wanted to measure their blood sugar levels. On average, those who watched the lecture, the boring kind of lecture, had their blood sugar levels rise high enough that they would need to take insulin to keep themselves out of the danger zone. In the group that watched the comedy show, their after dinner blood sugar levels values rose about half the amount, slightly outside normal range. Okay, so what they noticed was that, discovered that these diabetes had altered 23 different gene expressions just by laughing at the comedy show they'd seen. Their elevated state of mind apparently triggered their brains to send new signals to the cells, which turned on those genetic variations that allowed their bodies to naturally begin to regulate the genes responsible for processing blood sugar levels. Our emotions can turn on some gene sequences and turn off others. This study clearly showed just by signaling the body with a new emotion, the laughing subjects altered their internal chemistry to change the expression of their genes. And if you watch the show, the movie The Secret, years in 2006, I think, they also showed just somebody who had been diagnosed with cancer, and she didn't take any of the chemo or anything like that, but what she decided to do was to live in joy and watch comedy shows. Of course, I am sure she changed her diet, started taking better care of herself and more rest. But just by watching happy things and being in a joyful mood, she cured, well, I don't know how much because I can't really exactly remember, but her cancer went away, whatever it was, she is cancer free. So these things can happen. It's also a belief that it is possible. When you have the belief, like, yes, this is possible, and it's a good way to gain it is by reading studies like this, reading things that have happened that they've proven, to get into your head like, yes, I now believe that is totally possible. And there's probably many, many more books, many YouTube channels about things like this. You can read Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's fantastic. He studies exactly this, epigenetics, and find that proof and then know it, get to know it, and keep affirming to yourself, I do believe this is possible. I do believe this is possible. And make those changes in your life. All right, let's read the blessing. Hand on your heart, taking a deep breath in. Remember, decreasing stress, letting go of the fear, stress, worry, all of that, calming it down, calming your body down, practicing that all the time is exactly what helps too. And that's something you can start right now before you even believe anything. All right, let's get to the blessing. Hold your hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Inhale, lengthening up, bringing in beautiful, loving, good energy. As you exhale, imagine releasing and relaxing anything that doesn't serve you. Let it go. Inhale, more beautiful, loving energy, lengthening through the spine. You can even bring your arms wide up. And then as you exhale, bring them down and just feel your body relax and everything kind of release and let it go. Hand on your heart. I give thanks for the higher order of my life, which I trust implicitly, as it guides me into wholeness and love. From that which appears as chaos, new order is rising. I trust this and receive the gift of higher order in my life now, through grace and mercy. So be it. All right, let me know how you like reading or me reading about things like this, learning about that. If you have any topics you want me to go more in depth with, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. All right, have an absolutely amazing day.